What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video, and welcome back to the series where I'm playing challenge maps created by pro players. In today's video we have some really cool pros lined up, including Dust2, Tilco, Mate Potato, and of course RC, who is going to be the first map today. Judging by Evo, who has played this map and got 350 points, I think this one might be a little bit tough, but it should be very interesting to see how we go. Also, we have a leaderboard of all the people who've made maps so far. A bottom score of 848 and a top score of 14,000. They are the scores to beat. Let's see how we can do today. Let's jump straight into things here. This is going to be a challenge map. Of course, you can play in the description. The link will be there. Yeah, let's get this show on the road. Do tell me how you guys go against me here. And first one here is immediately looking interesting. So it should be Generation 3 camera. It is, and it feels European, but I wonder about Chile immediately here. Obviously, without a compass, it's difficult to tell what continent you might be in. But that's immediately what I thought here. The fence almost looks a bit Indonesian as well, which is slightly concerning, obviously. And that's about all we have. Just a very densely vegetated road here. This looks like a olive tree almost. I don't actually think it is, but it almost seems that way to me. So that could maybe influence my guess here. It could be Botswana. You know, that would be crazy. I mean, the road would be very like narrow for Botswana, but I could actually see it being the case here just with how dry everything kind of feels. Italy could be the case, man. This is the type of one where there's like 10 different good options in my opinion. Some better than others for sure. But yeah, I mean, if it looks European but not quite, maybe Chile is a good idea, especially with the poplar tree. I feel like you do see those quite often in Chile. And I don't really see like a good reason not to go there, apart from the fact that we don't see any mountains. But obviously it's quite vegetated, so it's hard to tell in the first place. It could even be like India or something as a weird tracker, but I don't think so. Okay, so yeah, Chile, my main thought. I don't think it's Botswana. I think the vegetation's not quite right for that. Let's go India, Italy, Greece, quite possible here. And what's my other thought that I kind of liked? I forget now. I don't think it's Russia. Yeah, I mean, it could be North America. Very unlikely in my opinion. Yeah, okay, that's kind of my main thoughts here. I think I'm gonna, or I guess like Indonesia. Like I said, the fence could maybe fit for Sumba. That would be pretty crazy. The poplar I don't really associate with India, so I mean Indonesia. So yeah, I'm gonna send it here in Chile. If it's right, it's good. If not, it's probably gonna be Europe. Let's see if I'm right. And it was actually Turkey, a country that did cross my mind. Not one I was probably gonna guess. I would have much more happily gone Italy or Greece, I think. But yeah, that makes sense, and we get 0 points to start off with here. Next one, grainy pavement. It looks like the US, but it could be like France or something. I've seen red pavement like this in France. Okay, so it's meant to look like North America, I think. And we have like a lot of brambles here, which don't particularly feel that North American. Yeah, this road is meant to look North American, I think, and it does. It honestly does. It could even be Canada. Okay, we really don't have anything else to go off of here. Let's actually look at the vegetation then. Yeah, so I mean, like it could be North American or European in my opinion. Surely this road, the way this road is quite grainy, it really does feel more American. I think I have to send North America here. Also, the road is fairly wide. Man, if this is France, I think it's like southern France around this region here, because I've seen rounds like that there before. However, I think I'm obligated to go to the US here, or Canada. Now, the pavement would suggest more like Texas, but the trees are not Texan, I'm sure of it. So then I would maybe be thinking like Missouri, Arkansas. Now, they, again, don't feel that good to me, so maybe I would even shuffle up to Illinois. Just as easily, I could see like Michigan, Ontario, even Maine working, but I think it doesn't quite feel as cold as Maine. And again, I'm still worried that this is just France, and or maybe even, it's not a rift country, but something like that, you know. Gosh. Okay, I'm gonna send it. Does it feel a little European? Yeah, I mean, we just have to go here. I think I have to trust the road, and it is a really strange feeling road. All I hope is that it's not France, but I will go in southern Illinois here. Let's see it. Okay, it was actually the US. It was South Dakota there. North-South, yeah, Dakota. We get 2.3k, so we don't have the worst score of the series. That's good. And my guess wasn't even that bad, I guess. Was kind of Great Plains adjacent. Next one here. Is it Bhutan? Or is it like Russia or something? It almost feels like Eastern Russia here. That's my first thought about the way the forest looks. It could even be. I mean, it looks like Hokkaido, but we don't have the low camera, so it can't really be there. What else do we say about these trees? They feel like where I've clicked, I think. I don't think it's Bhutan. I think I would recognize it if it was Bhutan. The tree's also maybe a little bit wrong. My other option here would be like Ukrainian, Slovakian, Polish forest out over this direction. But I don't think I quite like that as much. Then again, for Russia, this is definitely strange. I don't recognize exactly where this would be. I don't think it's Sakhalin Island either. So, I mean, this could be the US again. That would be pretty wild, but it could be the US. I want to at least acknowledge the possibility. I think I'm going to go with my first vibe here, because I don't really think my guess is improving. It could be another India trekker that I mentioned before. I don't think we see the trekker peeking out of the camera, though, which you often can see on this. So, what about even South Korea? It's not another question. So I think I like this guess for that reason as well. Yeah, let's go here. Let's see if we're right. Okay, well, South Korea. Damn, I just mentioned it in the nick of time, so that you guys do know I was thinking it. But yeah, okay, 2.8K, not too bad. Got the right vibe. Definitely that kind of spring coverage looked like this direction, so kind of interesting in that regard. Next one here should be South Africa. Let's take a look around. So Generation 2 camera. Ooh, and we have really weird like double poles up there. It's interesting. Houses almost felt Southeast Asian, which is very curious because, I mean, what would that mean? This could be Brazil. That's the other option here. Okay, let's take a look at the bridge here. I mean, the fence looks more South American than South African. I could say that. That's definitely the case. What about this kind of landscape here? Could be Brazilian as well, I think. This direction, though, especially this double pole, feels South African. That is the main thing I'm kind of getting from the vibes here. And obviously Generation 2 just fits really nicely with South Africa as well. Wooden poles going on here. Pole top is kind of normal looking. Everything, I mean, yeah. The problem is here that it just kind of looks a bit too much like South Africa for me to want to send anything else. I guess Mexico. Is that a yellow line or a white line? It kind of looks yellow, but I think it might actually be white and just really faded. And the amount of rubbish, it definitely fits for South Africa. You often see quite a lot of rubbish there. We also see this. Now, what is that plant called? I forget. These orange flowers, we have them growing in my backyard. Might be more of a Southern Hemisphere thing. I want to trust that it is. And I might just go like north of Nobeha here. Or maybe like Lesotho area. It could even be up here, I think. I really don't get the exact vibe. But I think I'll guess like I've guessed here. Maybe a bit further north. Maybe it's outside of Durban. Let's take one more look. Is it tropical? It almost feels a little tropical here. Okay. Though, I'm gonna leave it where I have it. Let's see what it actually is here. Oh, it was Brazil. Wow. The double pole. So everything, I would have gone Brazil there, I'm pretty sure of it, were it not for the double pole up on the hill. Which really looks, I mean, to be fair, it's not really common where I clicked, but it really is common in like North Cape, West Cape. Quite common elsewhere in South Africa as well. So, and then those flowers as well, they made me want to go South Africa as well. So yeah, okay, interesting. And the last round here, we're on a decent score. Is this South Africa now? I remember a similar pine forest existing in South Africa. This could also be the US. As we look into the distance, quite green through those trees. Could be Latin America. We know RC loves Latin America. That is a pole, which could be even Chilean. Could be a weird Chile. Oh, we do have a pole top there as well. That could fit for Chile. Could fit for Mexico too, I think. I think I like the Chile idea here. We're gonna guess Chile again, I reckon. So do we see anything tropical? This vegetation in here almost does feel tropical, but not quite, I guess. And this direction, yeah, it does feel a bit tropical. I'm a bit concerned about that. The pole top does not look South African, I would say. It could be Colombian. It could be Mexican. It could be Chilean. It could be even Sri Lankan, maybe. It'd be a weird Sri Lanka, but it's possible. Yeah. That's interesting. I think I'm going to go Chile. I think the pole looks like it. You might not have seen that when he put it in the map. I'm going to go Los Angeles here. And okay, it was actually in Thailand. Makes sense. It makes sense, definitely. I didn't think of that at all. I guess Sri Lanka would have been a decent guess. Same poles. I thought it was a round pole. That was the, well, not really. I don't know what I thought, but yeah. Okay, 5,000 points. That is a decent effort, although would have liked it if I at least clicked the South Korea there. Okay, here we go. So RC was a 5,226, which is actually the third hardest map ever created on this series. So even though it felt like I kind of had a grip on some of those rounds, it actually was not an easy one at all. Next one here is made by Dusky Wasy. The link is going to be in the description right about now, so go ahead and click it. And here we go. Dusky Wasy will be able to fool me. First round here is looking difficult initially. Okay, let's take a look around. This feels like it's meant to be in Europe, but it's actually in North America maybe. It's gonna be like West Virginia or something like that. This undergrowth here definitely feels that way to me. But it could just be like an Eastern European forest as well. They look quite similar sometimes. And it could even be Eastern Russia again, because they almost look like larch trees. But it's kind of too difficult. It's kind of too out of the way to actually tell what kind of trees they are. I think it's something I wouldn't want to bet my whole guess on, you know what I mean? So I think West Virginia is the play here. Now, of course, the road is strange. The road is not typical, but I think maybe Dusky, you know, he's gone into the vaults and he's found a really hard West Virginia, and that's what I'm going to bet. So let's see if I'm right. And it was actually Canada. 2k points is not a bad way to start, though. So yeah, not going to get that, but I could have sent maybe Maine or Vermont. Yeah, could have done. But yeah, West Virginia, not a terrible guess. Get on the right continent there is a good start. Next one here. Ooh, this is familiar, man. Is this like Vanuatu or something? Okay, we actually have we have a car there. Okay, so yeah, we have Dominican Republic. Would I have got this? Yeah, I did say that the small no car compass script is used. Would I have got this though? It's very familiar. I think I would have missed this, honestly. But yeah, that is the way it goes. So I guess this should be De los Caballeros, but I'm not really sure. I think I'll guess there. Do we see a mountain? Just hills. I'll still guess De los Caballeros. And it was actually Santo Domingo. Now, that's a park of some kind? Or even, not even. Very difficult round and no car script, but yeah, we can see it, unfortunately. Next one here. We do indeed have a hard one here. This Greece was my first thought. Have like a big quarry down here. It's very interesting looking. It's not Svalbard, it's much too populated. Oh, we have a pole. Okay. So that's interesting. Like, I even thought of like maybe Kyrgyzstan here, but I think I would recognize if it was there. Pole tops. Are they kind of Soviet? Maybe. Don't actually think of what this is. So the digging implements here don't really feel particularly North American to me, especially the flat face of the truck. So maybe Greece. I mean, the landscape in the distance would certainly fit for that. Oh, it's a very hard round here. I do like this. Oh, look at that, a Bulgarian pole maybe in the distance there, alternating hooks on the top. Could just as easily be Russian. So it could be in the Caucasus of Russia. Especially because the Bulgarian mountains normally have a few more trees on them. But these ones are surprisingly bare, which makes me almost think it is actually Caucasus here. So that's the pole we're really working with. This, whatever this is, almost feels a bit Russian. I really can't tell what the structure actually is. And over this direction, buildings and everything, kind of neutral. These poles here, okay, what about this pole here? This would be very strange, I think, for Bulgaria, actually. So maybe I could send Caucasus here. I think it's actually my preference. Even though it is so wintry. Would probably be snowing at this time of year in the Caucasus on the top of the mountains, I feel. So I'm really not sure. It's one of the two, I think. It's one of the two areas. And you know what? Why don't we just send this pole top once more? Very much looks Bulgarian, but this doesn't. I'm gonna trust the other pole. I'm gonna go Caucasus here. Also, it's a more interesting place to make a location. So let's go there. And okay, it was Italy. Oh, it was an Italian pole top. That makes sense. Didn't consider Italy though, for some reason. But yeah, actually, those two pole tops in combination very much makes sense for Italy. Not something you could get unless someone really told you, maybe. But yeah, definitely makes sense. Okay, this is Brazil, I think, or maybe South Africa. We have very Australian-looking vegetation, with like ferns and eucalypts, but this hill doesn't look Australian in the background. Minas Gerais maybe here. Could be South Africa, or maybe even Eswatini though. That's the problem. Okay, do we get any other clues? I'm gonna have to base it on this hill, which looks more Brazilian. But the road type is very South African. So, yeah, interesting one. I have to go Minas Gerais here. Let's find out if I'm correct about that. Oh no, it was Eswatini. Yes, inside here. Oh, didn't have done a bit of throwing here. I think if we missed out on the DR, we would be on a very low score right now. Only 2,000 points or so. But okay. This one is what? So some small arrows here. I think it feels Bolivian. We've got Asian writing, some Chinese writing on this truck. Of course, that can be pretty much anywhere. We also have maybe some language at the top here. Almost feels like African or something. But that's a Bolivian number plate, I think, the blue one there. And I think the landscape also fits it quite nicely here. So I think it's just southern Bolivia here. I think, yeah, I don't want to overthink this. I think the blue number plate would really indicate this kind of region. Okay, actually this road here. So definitely country gettable, region not so much. That's actually really difficult to get where it was, but still 3k points there. We end up with 11,000 points. Not a bad effort there at all. Okay, so that puts Dusky right in the middle of things here, 11,022 points. And now we have a map by Tilco Olympia, one of the best Polish players. And his is Tilco for Zigzag. I like the straight to the point title here. Let's see what we got going on. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what the car is yet, so what I'm going to do is just switch on the full car script. He may have misunderstood what was going on. So let's just go for this one here. It should cover up. I guess we can, yeah, we'll go like this. This should work now. If we refresh, I'll play the rest like this. Okay, so I didn't quite get what the car was. I'm trying to think what it would be, but I'm actually not too sure here. This palm is interesting. We do have actually, do we have rifts here? It almost looks like there's a rift in the sky there. Could this be Senegal for that reason? I think it is, actually. The palm is weird, but I think with that slight rift in the sky, I would say Senegal. And then this weird leaf here. Do we have any other rifts? It's worth looking for, even though it's slightly against the spirit of things. We don't check copyright on this series, but everything else is on limits. I think this is Eastern, out near Tambacounda area, maybe. Not really sure if they have any forest coverage here. Otherwise, probably just somewhere in the west. But I'm gonna guess like right here, I think. Okay, it wasn't yet one of these reserves. That's a good guess. Obviously, slightly helped by what we saw in the initial frame here, but clearly Tilco did not get the memo about the no-car scripts. That's fine. This one here, European castle, surely. Very interesting rock formations though for Europe. Not typical. So we have a pole here. It looks maybe Ukrainian to me. So it's like concrete, but at the top it looks kind of wooden. It's very strange. I think it's actually wooden, right? Or, oh no, it's two together. See, this is the concrete thing on the bottom, and then it's got the actual pole tied to the concrete. Very interesting. That feels Soviet. Definitely feels Soviet to me. Options here, Bulgaria, Ukraine, Slovakia, Hungary, something like that. And obviously he's Polish, so maybe Poland is also a decent option. Yeah. Castle's definitely an interesting one. I don't know what I would send here, just based on the information we have. The rock face is maybe Ukrainian, to be honest. Or surely we're not on the wrong continent here. I think we have to be on the right continent, basically. I'm gonna try Ukraine. Usharad, I think that's a fairly historical place. Let's go over here. I think it's going to be Carpathians somewhere. That's my prediction here. Okay, and not too bad. It was actually Ukraine there, on the other side of the Carpathians, no less, but still a good guess. 3.9k there. Happy with that. And we're on a good start here. Very good start. Okay, this is Australia, I think. Let's take a look around. Is it? Is it? So these salt-like bushes are very Australian for the most part. The red soil is also very Australian, but could it be South Africa? South Africa is possible in my opinion, yes. Could it be Argentina? Probably not. Could it be Brazil? Probably not. You do see a bit of rubbish there. Also see a hill in the background. So my kind of thought was like we were all the way down on one of the Cape coasts here in WA, but the hill in the background is a bit confusing. Yeah, the thing is I don't really place where this would be in Australia, which is the interesting thing. Then again, also in South Africa, it's hard to pick a place, I think. So it's kind of a concern. Could it be very rocky here? Could this be Greece? I mean, we're not, I was going to check copyright, but we're not meant to do that. That might be the ocean there. And that Also could be the ocean. Could this be Kangaroo Island? Now that's a thought. It definitely doesn't look typical KI, but I kind of like it better, because like, if I look at this feels familiar, this kind of vegetation. But this doesn't necessarily. This tree, the kind of the way the leaves are kind of waxy and shiny, that doesn't feel particularly Australian, I must admit. These are all kind of waxy in that way. Okay. Well, I still kind of like the Kangaroo Island idea, but maybe this is the USA. Where do you go in the USA, though, is kind of the question on this occasion. Like, the red soil means it has to be somewhere kind of here, I would have thought. But then again, we don't really have, like, we have more of a coastal vibe here, so that's kind of what concerns me. Yeah, so, California? Maybe California here. California always is a bit of a red herring. I'm kind of between Greece, Australia, and California. And maybe I'll actually just choose Cali? Doesn't feel great. South Africa's still possible. I'm gonna go Cali here. Oh, the red soil though. Okay, if it's South Africa, it's like here. It's like around Jacobs Bay. And if it's Australia, I said what I think. And if it's Greece, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think I'll actually opt for... Why not ZA? Why not ZA? Why not ZA? It's possible. Let's go Jacobs Bay. I think it's just, it's meant to look like Australia, but I'm not really sure what out of the options I like best. Let's try this. Oh no, it was Adelaide. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I actually thought this looked like St. Kilda. So, yeah, this is not far away. This is, well, yeah, is this literally the place I thought it was? No. Port Gawler. Yeah, I thought this was, I thought this looked like the mangrove trail here. These are the mangroves a bit further north. Okay. Bit disappointed that I didn't get that. I haven't been to that exact place in real life, but yeah, that does make perfect sense. Okay. Next one here. Winterish coverage. And we have... I think this is maybe North America, not Europe, you know? The trees look North American to me. These things I'm not familiar with in Europe. And if it's North America, why not Ontario, right? This is often what you get in, like, Western Ontario. So, I think I would just go there. It should be fine. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of places this could be in North America, but I think I like that the best. And actually, Minnesota has quite a bit of coverage like that back in the old days, so it could still be there, and that would obviously put us not too far away if it's correct. And, okay, I did think of Alaska, but this is just a trekker in Alaska. So, yeah. I mean, trekkers, obviously, you have to think outside the box. That's not an easy round. And obviously, technically, trekkers are not allowed in the series, but, you know, or not preferable. But okay, next one here. And we have a car driving on the right. Even though it kind of looks like the UK, we have a bridge here of some kind. Not going to look at the copyright. It is actually Gen 4. It kind of looks like Germany to me. This could be Poland as well. We have like a very square house, and Tilco is Polish after all. The curbs almost feel a bit French or Belgian. What about this direction? The number plate? What kind of car is that? I actually can't tell the make of the car, which I normally can, but on this occasion I can't. Black backs of the signs. Surely this is not Italy. Although they are set up for right-hand drive, so maybe I like Belgium then, or France. I think you occasionally see that in France at least. I might go like what Eastern France here. I don't hate that call. Road almost feels a bit French as well in texture, so yeah, I think I'm gonna hit that. I think I'm gonna go Strasbourg area, but not quite. Doesn't feel German enough. Let's go in this city here and call it a day. And not too bad. It was Germany. Winter coverage Germany's hard to get. But, okay, not too bad, not too bad. Really can't complain there. So, we end up with a 11.3, which is by no means bad. If I had just sent Kangaroo Island, we would have had another 5k and we would have had our highest ever score. But, as you guys know, it's not easy. And we did have the help on the Senegal round, so not too bad. Let's head through to the next round. Okay, here is how it stands. We have Tilco, again, in the middle of the pack, just with Dusky there. And, yeah, we have, again, another Indian here, May Potato. Very fitting, as Australia is playing India in the grand finals of the World Cup right now. I hope we win. It's between the innings right now, so we got a good start. But okay, Indian special here we have, wow, a link to a YouTube video. Is this actually going to be relevant info, I wonder? It says the video is no longer available, so kind of interesting. But here we go, May Potato. Play along with me in the description. First one here, Generation 2 in Greece. Let's take a look around. Ooh, it almost looks cold here. We have a porta potty. Okay. Surely we can get this from the houses. Maybe this is Mexico. Didn't really feel like Mexico. Oh, look at those houses. Italian or Spanish houses here. Very interesting. With this landscape, very interesting. Should be one of the two countries, though, with those red roofs. Shouldn't be Greece or anything, like I initially thought it might be. Yeah. Like, they almost look Californian hills, or South Australian hills, but the houses are all kinds of wrong for that region, so we should be safe. And we have, like, these kind of, salt pans, or I don't really know what they're growing here or whatever they're meant to be, but that is surely also very recognizable. So I don't really know the direction of these hills, obviously, without the compass. We have them both sides of us, though, so this should be there. Like, we could probably 5K this. So first check is Montpellier. You do get this a lot, this kind of salt panish kind of thing going on. I don't think there's any vegetation there, so I think we can leave that alone, but it is my first thought. Okay, now we get scanning in Italy. This is actually one where I want to look and find it. This kind of region here, I mean, would look different. I think it's very dry, so we can check south first. Okay, down here. Syracuse doesn't really look that good. Down this direction. Oh, we do see something like that here. Not quite. Okay, I don't think it's Sicily, to be honest, but there are a few places that have looked at least somewhat similar, so I do want to check it out completely here. Oh, Isla Grande. Yeah, again, I don't really think the like the landscape fits well enough there. Oh, this is promising. Very promising. Okay, we have hills that side. We don't have hills this side. So the hills, well, let's pretend we were there. So we'd look off to this direction, we'd see the town, and we'd see fairly sizable hills there. It's possible. And then we'd look to the other direction, and we'd see some kind of hills as well. Well, they are more distant, though, so it could be all the way down here. It feels pretty good. We may have 5K'd here. We have a very straight road going through here. I mean, it could be something like that. We would see houses more close, and we don't see any houses here. It's a little concerning, but it at least proves that there are some similar looking places nearby to this, so I like that. I'd probably go for that. Okay, now we quickly check Sardinia. Okay, Sardinia has immediately some more of these, like this kind of thing here. Oh yeah. Immediately it's more likely, I think. And it is very dry and quite flat. Okay, I think this actually might be the place. It looks better than what I saw before, I think. This is also possible, maybe. Yeah. And then quickly, Spanish coast, maybe? There are some places, yeah, like this stuff almost feels similar. One more look at the houses, because I think they were more Italian, all in all. Yeah, I think they look more Italian. They're all like double story. Yeah, it could be Spanish. I'm gonna send it here. Let's see if I'm correct about this. I think it actually, low-key, could be exactly where we clicked. Let's see about that. Ah, how they all have red roofs, bro. It looked like Bay Area. It really did. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, and then we saw, which hills do we see to the south? Man, oh man. I was really thinking we're getting like 4,900 points there. Instead, I'm completely wrong. How are there that many red roofs? I do not know. Exact same latitude as well. Feels bad, man. Next round here, San Francisco. Classic bait location. Area. Okay, next one. Pole is strange, man. It's a wooden pole. That's not normal. Over this direction, not too much. Okay, these black and yellow posts, very interesting indeed. Green rolling hills, and this pole top. Is it South African? Is it Mexican? Maybe. And Mexico really does fit here. I think I haven't seen these little posts in Mexico though. The red soil is also quite strikingly red for Mexican standards, I would say. This pole, again with the yellow and black scheme, so I don't really know about that. This pole is very strange to me. It feels African almost, and we don't have any car meta here, so yeah, I mean Africa's probably not seeming too good unless it's South Africa, which is possible. Yeah. Okay, so South Africa, Brazil, Mexico. Insulators could be Mexican more than anything else, I think. I might try Mexico here, actually. We do have, like, fairly South American look fence here. Could actually be more South African, though. Not too sure about that. Yeah. It's just difficult. I think I'll go Mexico here. Things on the poles make no sense to me. Like, this is just, I feel like I'm just not thinking of what it actually is. Maybe it's Asia, but the wooden pole just wouldn't make sense for that to me, so it will have to be Mexico on this occasion, and I would go maybe Michoacan or something like that. Okay, Hong Kong. Man, and we're looking at like a Chinese... Well, actually, probably was a Hong Kongolese fence there, or like a pole, but look at that, again, with the latitude. 0 points. Very difficult round. May Potato might be cooking up something crazy here. Next one here, Full Concrete Road, Generation 2. We have a not a birch. It's actually just a heavily, what would you say here? Heavily mossed up tree, if you want to describe it that way. This might be South Africa, George area. Could be. We have a lot of like familiar looking vegetation for that part of the world. Reddish soil also fits. It's between Mexico and South Africa here. And I think I prefer South Africa. Even though I don't remember seeing one of these roads there. It's a bit concerning. But I think I'd prefer the vegetation for South Africa, though. Yeah, I'm going to send it in here. I do think it looks like that way. George, obviously, famously has these kinds of rounds, so I'll probably just send it there. If not, maybe Durban area. Let's see what actually is here. Oh, no. Oh, no. It was Brazil. A thought of mine was 16 points. We are very much in trouble at this point, guys. Lowest score is maybe in sight, and what is this? Oh, my gosh. Okay, what do we have here? Trees? Some hills, maybe, or just some trees? Wow, wait, the Google Drive was doing a burnout, or what? Driving through a forest fire? Okay. Oh, we do have some grass here on the side of the road. It's a divided highway, I think. Yellow line here, maybe? Yellow line in the center, definitely. Would that also be a yellow line? It wouldn't be a... That's interesting. Maybe not a divided highway. Because this line being yellow wouldn't be, like, consistent with it being US, where... might not be another road here, to be honest. Okay. So maybe USA would be my thought. Trees. Do they feel that way? Not that much. Anything in the sky? That's the sun there, peeking through. Yeah, I guess I'll just go US here. Not a guess I love to make. The road quality, I mean, we don't even really get the road quality. I think Mexico or US would be my thought. So I might just hedge at southern US, but it doesn't really look like, I mean, let's give it a go here. A bit of a cheese round, but I do kind of like it. It's kind of funny. Let's go Florida? Oh man, but it doesn't really feel like Florida. Colombia? Nah, what's the point of going longer here? Let's guess Mississippi. Let's guess Mississippi. Oh, and it was Peru. Wow, how does this even exist, bro? Maybe the trees did feel South American, but how can I go Peru there? I don't know. Okay, so we're in deep trouble. Lowest score is quite possible here, and all we have to do is miss this country, and then we are done for. Okay. South Africa, maybe. Could this be Australia? I don't think so. We do have some Australian trees, actually. No way this is Australia, right? Red flowers there. Ooh, African-looking trees. Would we have blue drums here? Like blue water tanks or something. Could be like a Malaysian thing. Trees wouldn't be too unfitting. Nothing on the car. Little mini fences here. The ditch. Oh, man. That almost could be a Malaysian car. It could be a Proton, you know. Everything could fit. There's plausible deniability for some Malaysia action here. I could see it. Even if we get Malaysia, we may not actually get enough points to not beat Debris' score. If it's Sabah, I guess there, and it's actually Pahang or something. It kind of looks like Sabah to me with this tree particularly. Ooh, I think these blue tanks, I gotta go Malaysia. But if this is Australia, I'm gonna be seriously pissed off. Okay, let's go Sabah here. I don't know about the red soil. That does not feel particularly like Sabah. No, I'll switch. Switching? No, I have to switch here. I'm gonna go. No, but the blue tanks. I'm gonna go Sabah here. Let's see it. Oh no, Hawaii. That makes sense. Oh no, guys. 62 points. Someone finally did it. Someone finally did it. I mean, I called out the California, and then I just completely wrote it off with so many red roofs. Like, what is going on in the distance here, man? That is actually crazy. Look at this. Does this not? I mean, sure, the landscape is strange, but does this not look like a European village? Wow, okay, we can see in more dates here. 2011? I mean, this is also Generation 2. Well, yeah, I mean, it's Generation 2, that's what makes it so hard to guess, I guess, in the correct place. Wow, I mean, yeah, I mean, just 62 points here. I mean, this I think it also is deserving of the hardest map. The Brazil was gettable. The Peru, I maybe could have gone South America. The Hawaii was gettable if I thought of it, maybe. I think the Hong Kong is just impossible, unless I knew the pole. And this one was technically possible, but I really don't think I'd go there. So 45,000 kilometers, 8 minutes for nothing here, guys. That was a great episode, mate potato. Hopefully Australia wins the World Cup on cricket, so that it makes up for this horrible loss I've taken to you. But yeah, good games on the maps, guys. Thank you to everyone who made them. RC, Dustin, Tilco, and Mate. And guys, thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end. Hope you enjoyed playing along and watching me play. I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Till next time, and goodbye.